In this week's video, I'm going to take you to the Alamo in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to give you some tips for visiting and try to answer some commonly asked questions. The Alamo is located right in the heart of downtown San Antonio. People often ask if there's parking at the Alamo, and the quick answer is no, there's not. There is no official parking at the Alamo, and Alamo Plaza is currently under construction, so the area is very congested. You'll have to look for parking structures in downtown San Antonio. I found the Crockett Street parking garage looks pretty close, and they charge $15 for 4 hours. It's pretty well known that the Alamo is a symbol of freedom and independence in Texas. But what you may not know is that it was actually a Spanish mission long before it was a military outpost. And over the course of its history, it existed under 5 flags of various independent nations, but it's best known from the infamous Battle of 1836. In the 1820s, this Texas territory was actually controlled by the Mexican government, and Americans were encouraged to settle in this area. But by the 1830s, the Mexican president started to worry about the growing resistance by the American presence in the region. A group of Texas revolutionaries started talking about breaking free from the Mexican control. There was a volunteer army of 186 people that included Davy Crockett, Colonel Travis, and Jim Bowie. They fiercely defended this outpost against an army of thousands, but unfortunately, all 186 volunteers died. The Alamo is currently undergoing construction and restoration, and is planned to be completed in 2026. That must be some sort of a tour group here. There's a big crowd. Came in for a picture right in front of the Alamo. And then from the roadside, this road is currently fenced in. It says there is an archaeological investigation going on to determine if any portions of Alamo's South Mission compound wall remain and to preserve and place remnants before the construction of the Mission Gate and Lunette. So that is what is going on here. A lady and her baby, probably searching for protection while the Alamo was under siege, is my guess as to what that represents. And then there's this beautiful large statue here ahead of me. This beautiful statue stands tall in front of the Alamo here at Alamo Plaza. So this mission was actually San Antonio de Valero, and it started here in this location in 1724. And I believe this was the first of the missions to relinquish, the church part of the mission and turn it over to more military type operations. And that was still in the late 1700s. So the Alamo has an interesting history. We signed up for a free tour at 4 o'clock. We're gonna go in and enter through the church, and I'll learn a little more about the history here in just a few minutes. Entry to the church, the Long Barracks, and the grounds is free, but you have to reserve your entry time online. You can take a 30-minute guided tour if you choose for $45, and this includes entry to the newly built Ralston Collections Center that just opened. It was not yet open when we visited. It includes artifacts from the Phil Collins collection. Yes, the musician Phil Collins is also a historian. It's a 2-story, 24,000 square foot state-of-the-art exhibit center. Now, if you're part of the Friends of the Alamo organization, you get free admission. The cost for everyone else is $14 for adults, $12 for military and senior citizens, and $10 for children. The Alamo is open daily from 9 to 5:30. Now, as you enter the Alamo, you're going to start in the church facility. It says here, if you already have a ticket, you go through the church entry. Whoops. The trees around here are stunning, and it's surrounded by a wall. All right, they said no flash photography and no touching the walls in here. Entry, no touching the walls. You see the ornamentation on here outside is just spectacular. Oh, I'm sorry. Do a little quite loud in here. It's actually, oh, it looks like they're doing moisture monitoring to preserve the facility. They are currently working on treating the walls to preserve them. So this room is blocked off, and I guess that's why they're doing the moisture monitoring in here. This little side room here. Back when the wagons pulled in the front and loaded with supplies. So they show you that the main walls is from the mission, but they have traces of the other rolls can be detected. Like the sloped walls at the back are remnants of the 1836 battle. The second story was put in by the U.S. Army when the building was used at a quartermaster depot. So this building has had so many different uses during the years. The stone masonry is deteriorating. And so they're monitoring moisture all around here right now. Doing salt sampling and analysis and moisture studies. They want to determine an appropriate plan to preserve the church. Heroes of the Alamo. The different military personnel that fought here. 1836. Here we go. So now we're inside the grounds. You can see how beautiful it is in here. The palm trees.
We're allowed into the one on the right.
And beautiful downtown in the background. And then you can see the acequias. Oh my gosh, there's fishies. There's big old fish in the drainage ditch here. They have maintained this quite beautifully. There's a rendition over there with the cannon, and they've got somebody in character dress. There's a living history encampment film, exhibit hall, and restrooms all within the compound. And this is the Alamo Museum and Gift Shop right here. So right behind the Alamo, you can really see the two historic hotels, the Crockett Hotel and the Menger Hotel. And these were all very popular destinations for people in the 1800s, right next door to the Alamo. So far I haven't seen a lot of description about the historical battles that took place here at this site. I know they do sell a guided tour, and I'm wondering if possibly that's why, because they want you to purchase a ticket. But I'm gonna go see what's in this building, exhibit hall. Maybe there is some more information. But the grounds are absolutely beautiful. Are dogs allowed? I did see a dog on the property, so I thought the answer was yes, but they actually only allow trained service animals as defined by the Americans with Disabilities Act. So here we're going to go into the Alamo exhibit. This is where they're probably going to tell us a little more information about the history. This is where they get you. It's $5 to get into the exhibit to learn more about the history. I knew there was a catch. So just to go in the church was free. It's $5 here. We're going to go ahead and pay our entry fee and go learn about the Alamo. Here we go. I knew there had to be something here. It's pretty small, but there is a lot of information. It's quite windy here this afternoon. Pretty standard gift shop in here, but it did say it was a museum too. Looks to me more like a gift shop. Let's see what we have in here. Lots of things you can buy on the Alamo. Probably more time spent in the gift shop than in the Alamo itself. I'm surprised to see that the restrooms are actually back here in these little mobile restrooms. I'm not sure if that's permanent, but we're back. It's on the back side of the gift shop. Okay, I'm back with the Swifty Travels restroom report, and those mobile restrooms at the Alamo were the nicest ones I've ever been in. They were very clean, and it looked like a well-furnished facility, like wood floors and everything. So Don't be afraid to go visit those restrooms at the Alamo. So we're on the back side of the gift shop, and then they have over here a display of Cavalry in this beautiful patio here. Oh, and they have more. See, they trick you. I noticed they trick you to pay for that exhibit, and if you go around the gift shop, they actually have some informative displays outside that is free. I didn't know that. So they have Juan Seguin, which was the statesman and mayor of San Antonio. Let's see who all these people are. The jolly fellow, William Travis, lawyer, soldier, and Alamo defender. This is the famous statue here. John William Smith, Alamo Courier. And he was the mayor of San Antonio and a senator. And then there's a beautiful woman here. It's very popular. And that I can't read because folks are in the way. And this gentleman here. And that is a post office historical building right behind there. And this is the Emily Morgan Hotel, another one of those historical hotels. This sits right next to the Alamo. Here we go, let's see. Emily West Morgan, the Yellow Rose of Texas. Well, that's her hotel, named after her right behind there. So this building where the gift shop is at says it was erected in 1936 with funds appropriated by the federal government to commemorate 100 years of Texas independence. It is indeed a beautiful building. And in the summer when it's stifling hot, they have vending machines here. And then I'm going to take a look at the interpretive signs to see what you can learn here. If you just want a timeline, then you're going to have to come between the church and the gift shop. That's where that's located. The only thing different that you're going to see inside the exhibit is some of the artifacts, the weapons, some clothing worn by the military. So on the other side of this Cavalry Courtyard, there's a building with a couple of doors. We're going to go in and see what's in there. We almost missed it. We almost left. Okay, this is the last section. As you are leaving, there's this nice circular patio, and I'm going to walk over here and see what this building is. May not be anything, honestly, but look at that tree. Just look at that tree. That is just gorgeous. And look, the little well underneath. If nothing else, it's just a stunning place to walk around, even if you're not into the history. This is erected in grateful recognition of the supreme act of heroism of the 32 men from Gonzales who gave their lives in the Alamo in response to the appeal of Travis. What's in here? More exhibits. Millstone. Oh, the Spanish hospital. This was the first recorded hospital in Spanish Texas, established in 1805. That's what this building is here. Here we go. Alamo's closing, we gotta get out of here. And my husband was asking a million questions to the tour guide in the back building.
Who said
Bye.
nobody left the Alamo, right?
Yeah. All right, we're being escorted out of here. So in that back building, there was a couple of tour guides that were available if we had questions. And my husband started asking questions, and it was like a history book. They are so, so smart, these guides that are here around the Alamo. So if you're curious about anything, just ask. He told us the story of the Bowie knife, which was named after one of these guys that have a statue over in the Cavalry area. And that was a fascinating story. But that back building, they said that the first hospital in Texas was actually up on the second level of that structure. So we're all being escorted out. Alamo's closing. Thanks for watching, and make sure you check out the San Antonio Missions National Historical Park with all the missions, including the Alamo. Thanks for watching.